All right, somebody got a really good question, and it is, where does shame come from in setting boundaries?
Published in the 21st century by microlith Osada, just so you can't see your agreement to come in peace is what makes this a safe place for all of us to breathe.
As we know, boundaries are a sense of self. Shame you can see as a fear of disconnect or disconnection, right? So if you are afraid of disconnection when you are expressing your sense of self, consider it that you are trying to express authentically what your truth is, how you feel in the moment, and what it is that you feel is necessary to express so that you can expand your sense of self, expand your container, so that you can occupy more space, and your presence and your intent and your meaning and your values and your character has more meaning. So you, in some sense, are able to differentiate and separate your individuality from another. The problem is you've blended your values, your character, your intent, everything about you into the will or the point of view of somebody else's perspective. Because obviously, they've found ways to overcome your boundaries and take up space within your brain and manipulate you and impose upon you to stick their dirty fingers inside of you and get under your skin so that you don't have any protective coating or you don't have any protective, layers between you and them. So you naturally become allergic to your sense of self. So there's an implied shame or fear of disconnection when you deviate from that, because you're probably getting criticized, you're probably getting put down when you have a point of view that stands out. When you're special, when you're significant, when you are unique, when you have something to express, it shows that you are different. You digress from what the normal message is, the normal value that somebody would have set forth for you, so that you can become a duplicate version of them in this toxic relationship and type of behavior. So what we see is, if you're afraid of disconnection, then the problem is that you're connecting and you're over providing, you are over consuming information that is not actually you, not actually a part of you, and you are becoming entrapped in this artificial layer or coating of what it is that you're not. So therefore, you're providing the falsehood, the falseness, the lie, to be able to get your needs met from people who do not genuinely and authentically want what is best for you. So they are helping you connect with them on the condition and on the term that you give away your authority. You give away your control. You give them consent to take advantage of you, because you are giving up your role, you are giving up your soul, and you are allowing that to be consumed for the sake of connection. So you have to understand that if you are experiencing fear of disconnection or shame or guilt or whatever these emotions might be that are entrapping you within this sphere of influence where your boundaries are merging with somebody else's sense of self, then you need to find a way to express your sense of self more, to express your opinion more, and to get into a space mentally where you feel safe by continuously doing that with other relationships who will accept your point of view, who will accept your pain, who will be compassionate towards you, where compassion is relating to somebody's pain. And you need to enable yourself to be seen, to be seen, to be seen as you are in your true, authentic version and reality of self, right? You need to express yourself authentically. And if you get criticism, or you get a lot of behavior that puts you down and stomps you out underneath, the point of view that you're trying to rise your head up and have some sense of individuality, then that is going to deter you, that is going to prevent you from being able to move forward and become the person that you are meant to be. You see, you can't be anything that you want to be, but you can be everything that you actually are. And the problem with so much of the world and so much information these days is that we're constantly being provided with new information. And if it's information that is not relevant to the behaviors or goals or results that you genuinely want for yourself, then it becomes indoctrination. And you really don't want to be indoctrinated, because it's like putting yourself into slavery, right? So you want to have a clear mind, and the way that you find more clarity is you figure out, what is it that I want? What do I really, really, really want? And the thing is, you're going to find with where you are probably feeling a lot of negative emotions, you're going to find that by tapping into those negative emotions and understanding that the pain is there to consent for you to find your betterment, to find what is actually useful for your betterment, you can view that as, this is what I don't want. It's painful to experience this. It's telling me something is not okay here. It's painful. It hurts. I don't want that anymore. So don't do that again, right? And do more of the things that are in the other direction of that, which is probably the polar opposite, which is to say you are there to experience something anew so that you can present yourself in a different way, where you are seen in a way that is not painful, but is joyful, allows you to express and be full, whole in that part of yourself that you are developing a relationship with. If you are ashamed when you express this certain part of you, and you feel that others may judge you for it, and they may ridicule you and tear you down, then what you have to do is take that and express it truthfully and get beyond the shame by opening yourself to express in a way that you can provide that safety for yourself by validating your own emotions, by having some sort of emotional reflection, whether it be through people, through a mirror, like in this camera lens, like the methodology that I share, which is speaking into a camera and playing it back every day until you learn exactly who you are, paying attention to the body language, the tonality in your voice and the words you actually speak, whereas you will find where you are lying to yourself. And catching those lies and grasping them and transforming them into a new reality is how you're going to transform that energy so that you no longer have shame, pain, and fear of disconnection, because you are connecting with yourself and your heart right here, and that is genuinely what matters. And when you get more in touch with your heart and more in touch with other relationships that help you complete your heart and bring light into your heart, then it puts darkness into submission. Because you are acknowledging the things that once you threw into the darkness, you threw into the shadow, you threw away as trash, and you're allowing yourself to have the darkness become a part of you. When you shine more light, more shadows come, right? But also, the light dismisses what was once there. And at every angle, you illuminate what you did not see once before you got there. I just made some shit up, but hopefully, I think it made sense. Connect with yourself. And allow yourself to find relationships that truly value you. Because people want you as you are. And most importantly, you want yourself as you are. And to give that away, to consent to someone else who is issuing you pain, and to prolong your suffering for the sake of somebody else's point of view, is the furthest thing from the truth. And it's also what is keeping you from being able to live your freaking life. Go and live your dreams. Don't worry about what other people think. You gotta worry about yourself, to take care of your heart. And when you do that, you can then help somebody else with clarity.